And they say if we'll only avoid any direct confrontation with the enemy, he'll forget his evil ways and learn to love us.
Don't worry
All
about
who oppose them are indicted as warmongers. They say we offer simple answers to complex problems. Well, perhaps there is a simple answer. Not an easy answer, but simple.
I got that black on black skin tone, actual fact syndrome. That's why I dropped the jewel in every verse you heard me shit on. Okay, it's a slumdog opera, the tale of a king whose name wasn't on the roster. My road to glory was road to perdition, and Act 2, the turn, is just the memoirs with no omissions. We came a mighty long way from standing near the stove in the cold, the greatest story ever told. The realest niggas see the pain in my storyboards. The true believers say, Wallahi, I support the ball. My life feel like a highlight reel. This is lightning striking, feel how the zeitgeist feel. Get a slight chill.
I got these niggas breezy.
My swag is on 1.21 gigawatts, 10 trillion kilowatts. Hardcore thriller pop, Michael Jackson nigga rock. Google me, baby, understand where I'm coming from. My destiny's to hit a grand slam when my number come. All hail the lyrical, Grand Wizard Imperial. Niggas signed a dotted line with Hove, that's a miracle. And I ain't lead the thugs alone. The humble and meek will surely inherit the mud we own and shoot up every club we clone.
Let that bitch breathe.
The flow was too atomic, the poetry's too Quranic. A young prophet Muhammad, and I could drop a verse to change the whole vibration, the whole rock nation, the whole live nation. So pour libation, beware but prepare for the polarization. It's the globalization. Warn all the clergymen and notify Satan. I've been waiting, it's the notarization. I've been patient.
I got these niggas breezy.
Buy this car to drive to work. Drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work. Drive to work.
Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today the Democrat Oversight Committee has released some Epstein files. It looks like emails and stuff, and we're going to go over all of it, including things about Trump, people's reactions to this, and obviously what you see on screen, the Epstein files petition that Thomas Massie got. He got his final vote that he needed. But before I get started, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. We are in that Discord right now. And yes, all opinions are welcome. Pro-Trump, anti-Trump, pro-Democrat, anti-Democrat, all of it. It's all welcome. Just nothing pornographic or grotesque. And obviously, everything I show you, there's a lot of tabs open here. Everything I show you in this video will be linked in the description box for your own purposes. You can rabbit hole with it. You can hear some of the videos where we're not talking, although I don't have that many videos to play here. It's going to be a lot of reading, which I hate to do, but it is what it is. You do what you can for humanity, even reading when you hate reading. Either way, all these links will be in the description box. Please take advantage of that. All right, so as you see on screen here, from Thomas Massie, in spite of a last-ditch effort by the president to foil the motion and Speaker Mike Johnson's propaganda, the discharge petition I've been leading just succeeded. In December, the entire House of Representatives will vote on releasing the Epstein files. So that's a thing worth caring about, where it's not, he didn't win the vote to actually release them. He won the petition to lead to a vote to then release them. So no need to celebrate too much yet. I know he has a celebratory picture here. Maybe he feels guaranteed because there's going to be because he probably knows like who's going to vote which way on that. So thus, he probably feels like, yeah, we won. We got this. But you never know, Thomas Massie. You never fucking know. And as you can see here, this is less pertaining to Massie and more so the actual situation of today, where some of these Epstein files were released. You can see that the Democrats are using Jeffrey Epstein hoax to try and deflect from their massive failures, in particular their most recent one, the shutdown. President Donald J. Trump. Yeah. the Epstein hoax. The Epstein hoax. I'm not going to read this, but I'll leave it there linked for you. Put it on screen real fast. You can see all that. Kind of small writing, but don't worry, you'll see it in the description box if you want to read it for yourself. I don't feel like reading it. I think we get the idea. It's all a hoax. It's a Democratic hoax. They're doing it to tear down how awesome America is now. We're doing so good. America's awesome. I stopped 18 wars today. No one even talks about that. No one talks. I stopped like 35 wars this day. Yeah, this beautiful, beautiful day. I stopped 35 wars, and no one's even giving me any credit. Where's my credit? Right, just lying out of his ass, right? But that's his job, right? He's a spokesperson. He's not a fucking president. Let's just be honest. He's a spokesperson. I'm sure he has some pull here or there with policy, but let's be real. This is a crude, overt fucking of America domestically and abroad, and it's just so in your face that even Trump people are like, "What the fuck's going on here?" And this is another example of that. It is what it is, but he's not. I don't look at him as like he's the real leader of this country. It's all up to him. Like, nah, no fucking chance. Either way, let's continue here. As you can see here, one of the Republicans that is a America Firster and a Trump lady, right? Donald Trump just called Lauren Boebert to ask her to remove her name from the petition to release the Epstein files. She does not plan to do so, and obviously she voted with Thomas Massie because we already saw this, right? I just wanted to point that out. And I know, once again, this is a fuckface here, Brian Tyler Cohen. He's full of shit, in my humble opinion. He's kind of an operative, if you will. A lame one, but still an operative. So don't match me with him, is what I'm saying. It's like, this was already reported. He put the tweet out in words. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll take this. But yeah, that is kind of weird. Like, why are you working so hard to stop Epstein stuff coming out? If it's a hoax, wouldn't it showcase itself as a hoax? Wouldn't it? Unless you're just like actually accusing Democrats of actually changing the files around, like actually changing names and changing documents around and editing them and all that stuff. Don't you have like digital forensics guys that could do that? That can look over that. Don't you want to open a criminal case if they did that as well, right? Wouldn't you open a criminal case against them? Like, yo, you guys altered fucking evidence in a criminal case to go after me. I would fucking investigate that. But here's the funny thing. If Trump was a private citizen, he would try to save face by putting out a lawsuit, most likely, right? But as president, as everyone's aware of, and the DOJ and the FBI being on his team, right? He hired these people. Like, hey, man, you're the president. Why not use these tools you have to actually just point out the actual crime that happened against you? But instead, he's like, oh, no, it's just a hoax. Don't believe it. It's a hoax. It's like that's a major crime, isn't it? To try to frame the president in a, by doctoring fucking documents. Wouldn't that be a major crime? I would think. But hey, that's just me using logic. Let's keep it moving. So let's get into some of these things that were released, some of the more popular things that are out here. As you can see, the oversight Democrats. Oh my God, it's going to be rough. It's so tiny. Oh, Christ. Because I opened this on my other computer and it was normal sized. On this, it's just tiny as fuck. I'll read it, but I'm going to put these obviously in the description box so you can read them on your own. Maybe just zoom in here. Let's see. But I don't want it to zoom in everything else. Let's see. Keep going. It's just not even. It's just going into oblivion. Got it. I can't even zoom in on it. Okay, whatever. I'll read it for you. It's going to be hard to see for you guys, but like I said, it'll be linked in the description box. So you see, it's two. Who the fuck is that to? To this person from GMax. Who could that be? And then you have, okay, I have Boca thinking about that, or Becca. And you can see this here from Jeffrey. Okay, so this is Jeffrey Epstein right here. Jeffrey Epstein vacation. You can see from Jeffrey Epstein to GMax, which I would assume is Ghislaine Maxwell. It says, I want you to realize that that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Then it says, victim's name, spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. Police chief, etc. I'm 75% there. So, and we're going to read an article that Dubster pointed me to saying, like, oh, look, there's a counter argument to this. To hear the other side, which is a silly way to think about it, but, you know, Dubster is what it is. Like he's saying, like, oh, it looks more honest when you do this. I'm like, okay. But I think what he was implying there was that, like, no, Trump did have a private moment with he's saying, like, the victim is Virginia Roberts, right? Or Virginia Giuffre, whatever. Sorry. And that, yeah, we already know that Trump had a private meeting with Virginia Giuffre. And it was about, like, the idea of, like, employees being stolen or maybe interviews, whatever the fuck. And then you have Giuffre's testimony saying, like, oh, Trump never did anything to me. He was always very polite. Whatever, right? But this says, whoever the victim is, spent hours at my house meaning Jeffrey's house, with him. So that isn't some sort of business thing. You're at Jeffrey Epstein's house, alone with this girl for hours. Allegedly. Once again, things could be doctored. Who knows? But let's continue to some of the other kind of going viral emails. And see here, this is from Jeffrey Epstein to Michael Wolff. Victim at Mar-a-Lago. Then another blank out here. Trump said he asked me to resign. Never remember ever. Of course he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. Okay, so it's implying that Trump knew about them procuring girls from Mar-a-Lago. And he's also like, yeah, Trump asked me to resign. He's like, I never was a member, though, I believe. Okay, so I guess he maybe put this here as a topic, like so-and-so's name at Mar-a-Lago. Okay. That's still, like, once again, I don't know exactly what's going on, but that could be viewed as damning. Like, of course he knew about the girls, like, meaning he knew about the sex trafficking stuff, as he asked Ghislaine to stop, meaning, like, they were procuring or recruiting girls from the Mar-a-Lago, masseuse team or whatever the fuck, or whatever they were doing, right? Maybe they're just, like, regular workers, and they made them masseuses when they joined the Epstein thing. This is from, and also important is the dates. This is from 2019. The last one was from 2011. Okay. Which both are weird because Epstein got in trouble in 2008, right? 2008 or 2009 for the when the Miami or the Florida case, right? With the Alex Acosta guy and the what was it, the sweetheart deal for Epstein where he could go do whatever the fuck he wants during the day and then come back to jail to sleep at night and then leave again during the day. It's some crazy, like, sweetheart deal thing. And also he got immunity for everyone else except for, like, he took the blame by himself. He had a sweetheart deal, but he also got immunity for everyone else that may have been involved in the case by taking the fall, essentially. And Ghislaine herself says she has an immunity. That's why they need to question her. Was it 2021 conviction, right? So you wanted to challenge that to the Supreme Court, saying I had immunity from the 2008 Florida thing. So why am I being charged now for a crime that happened all the way back then that I had immunity for? Just saying. All right, let's continue. And in the last email in this portion of it, this is from Michael Wolff to Jeffrey Epstein in 2015. I think you should let him hang himself. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency. Meaning, hey, Epstein, you have shit on Trump. You can use it to maybe wiggle your way out of these crimes. Uh, or well, or it might just be political. If it's 2015 and Epstein uh, committed suicide in what was that? 2019? I don't know exactly. Did the case start here? I don't think the case started here. Like where they really like arrested him and all that shit. Like he wasn't in jail for 4 fucking years. So maybe they're just thinking of like political strategies or business strategies to have leverage over Trump. Both Michael Wolff and Epstein. You can let me see here. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you, or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him, generating a debt. So he's saying like, damn, if Trump wins the presidency, you have fucking leverage over him, and you can use it for actual policy, which would scream the blackmail stuff that people keep screaming about. Although this is put in the context of personal benefit for Epstein versus the accusations of being a part of Mossad, which he could be. Like he could be a part of it. Like he could be a part of Mossad, but also doing this on his own personal whims, or he could be doing it on behalf of Mossad or some other intelligence agency. Let's be honest. I can't say I know. Or a team of fucking, rich guys that want to have control over the presidency. Maybe they're worried about Trump's campaign rhetoric. They're like, hey, we can have some leverage over his head and get him to do what the fuck we want. But let's continue. Of course, it is possible that when asked, he'll say Jeffrey is a great guy and has gotten a raw deal and is a victim of political correctness, which is to be outlawed in a Trump regime. So I guess at this point the feds are closing in possibly, and I guess it's strictly about his own personal criminal case. I guess. Here's the response from Epstein. If we were able to craft an answer for him, what do you think it should be? Michael Wolff responding, I hear CNN planning to ask Trump tonight about his relationship with you, either on air or in what? Scrum? Or in some scrum afterwards. Okay, so they're doing this on debate night. Got it. Interesting. I don't know why Michael Wolff's out here prancing around like, listen, I know Epstein and Trump is guilty of something and yada yada yada. I saw pictures of Trump with, a young girl. We don't know how old she is, whether she's an adult, technical adult or technically underage. We don't know, but she's sitting on his lap, and Epstein had these photos in his fucking safe somewhere and all that stuff. At the same time, it's like, looks like you're like doing some dirt here, my man. And now we're seeing you do some dirt with Epstein. So your credibility is like, kind of ass. But there's more. Hopefully this one is readable. Still a little rough. I don't know why it. So as you can see here, once again, 2017. No, wait. Yeah, 2017. To Epstein from who the fuck knows, apparently. I'm at the door, but I will wait for my time. I don't want to come early to find Trump in your house. Laughing emojis. So it's from a phone.
Is this real?
This is released by the Oversight Committee, the Democrat Oversight Committee.
Really?
Yeah. This story has blown up today. Yeah. But, okay, so this is someone, like, on their phone, kind of leaving, like, a text message, basically. That's weird. I'm at the door, but I will wait for my time. I don't want to come early to find Trump in your house. Now, that sounds like some sort of scheduled, for what? I don't know. But some sort of scheduled thing. Maybe the other things add context to this, but definitely like some sort of scheduled meeting thing. And which means Trump was around, right? I think he's like implying that. I don't want to come early and find Trump there. and it's from 2017, after Trump's president already, and after the claims about Epstein are widely known, and also the theory that people were saying of like, oh, well, Trump dismissed him, Trump called the cops on him, Trump did this to Epstein, he tried to get rid of him, tried to sabotage him, he tried to, call him out for being a creep, all that stuff. Apparently, Trump was at the house still. Allegedly. And we don't know who this person is, right? It's blacked out. Epstein replies, he says, yes. He says, yes. And this person responds to them. Sorry, that is 2512 for the gate. Because it's a code. Epstein replies, 10 p.m. Should I bring special cake from New York? What? What does that mean? That's the thing where I was calling like, that sounds like Pizzagate style shit. Is he flying in from New York? Epstein? If there's people having meetings there, I guess Epstein's not there while it's happening, or is he actually there and special cake from New York? I don't know, like, it just sounds weird, right? 10 p.m. Should I bring special cake from New York? The fuck? That just sounds weird to me. I don't know. Then this anonymous person says, very well, just send me the address again and the code to the door so I can get to the second floor, and send me the day and time. Okay, so it's just a different day. Okay, thanks. And then from Epstein, you are welcome at my house always, and more private. Okay. Then he says, of course. And this random person says, question mark. Epstein says, in response, at the moment I was flying to Paris on the 8th, I can leave earlier and get to Paris by 8:30 if you like to meet there. Geneva, difficult to fly out at night, or lunch Saturday in Paris. Okay, maybe it means like is there like Geneva conventions happening, or I don't fucking know. This person responds, can we have dinner in Geneva on the 8th? I'll be there on the 7th and 8th. I can't even see that. 7th and 8th of December, and going back to Kuwait on the 9th. What? Going back to Kuwait? All this screams international bullshittery. Like, these just weird ass shit to me. Or they could just be planning some normal, like, I mean, in their world, normal, right? Of, hey, you want to meet in Paris or like Geneva? Like, where you want to meet? Right? Oh, they're just taking private jets all up and down the fucking world and shit. All letting people starve. Okay, but either way, this does imply that Trump was hanging around Epstein as president of the United States, and he didn't just like, I fully disavow Jeffrey Epstein. I don't like that guy. He's a creep. I don't talk to him. Unless Trump went in there screaming like, hey, Epstein, I don't like you. And he walked out. Like, is that the possible thing? But the way this guy talks in the beginning sounds like a regular thing. Like, I don't want to show up too early when Trump's going to be there. Meaning, like, scheduled meetings, and maybe it's a recurring thing. Maybe I want to avoid this guy. How does he know Trump was there in the first place? Yada, 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 right? Here's one more. This one you can see on screen, obviously. So this Kathy Rumier, whatever her name is, apparently worked for the Obama administration. Where is that here? From Jeffrey Epstein to former Obama attorney Kathy Rumier, whatever the fuck. Now the general counsel of Goldman Sachs, of course, reveals a shocking network of names and context. Epstein's message sent during UN General Assembly Week lists, as you can see right here, from this Kathy lady to Jeffrey Epstein. Doesn't look like you are prioritizing your schedule very effectively. How are you going to manage all of that? This is UN General Assembly week, so the boss will be in town too. The boss, as in, I assume Obama, right? I'll be here all week. You may get sick of me. Just sat down on the train, so can't talk freely. Then you see the response from Jeffrey Epstein. It says, "Girls?" Question mark. Careful, I will renew. Careful, I will renew an old habit, which is a weird statement to say. This week, you have Teal, Summers, Bill Burns, Gordon Brown, Jagland, Council of Europe and Nobel Chairman, Mongolia's president, Hardeep Persay, India, Boris, Gates, Jabber or Haber, Qatar, Sultan, Dubai, Koslin, Harvard, Leon Black, Woody. You are a welcome guest at any. Also, if you think there are interesting people in town, everyone here for Climate Summit, Clinton, Security Council, holy shit, I'm on something for the next 30 minutes. It's just to say, like, maybe people who he's around. This doesn't scream, I mean, I don't know why you're coordinating. Why an attorney for Barack Obama is coordinating with Jeffrey fucking Epstein in 2014. I don't know, other than it stinks to high heaven, I'd say. Yeah, this is all very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. And like he actually implies that he committed crimes. Like, if he's not, once again, if this lady's not involved with Epstein and the weird sexual shit, he basically says it right here, right? Girls, careful, I will renew an old habit.
Yeah.
Like, why would you say that?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? That's crazy.
It's like, if she didn't know, she knows now. Right? Like, what the fuck? It's just all extremely bizarre. And yes.
Well, but
oh god,
her email, she replied to that.
What?
Yeah,
No, it says from her to Jeffrey Epstein. That's this, right? And then this is Epstein replying to her, saying, "Girls, careful, I will renew my old habit. An old habit." Right?
No.
Sure. Oh no, wait.
Well,
you're right. 11:54 a.m. and then 7:48 a.m.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, so this is. Okay, you're right. So this is a response to this, which is weird in email way. Like,
yeah, even more bizarre. She doesn't ask girl, like, no, she doesn't ask about the habit. Like, yo, what? We can't talk freely. Like, what?
Yeah. Okay, that's weird to me because wouldn't it be like the statement and then the reply underneath it?
Dude, when you reply to an email, that's what happens. You can, like, it'll have the email you're replying to in the thread below.
Yeah, but this will also be okay. All right, fair enough. So yeah, that is actually extra weird. I mean, the statement alone is weird, but then this adds on top of it. Interesting.
Like, she doesn't ask. She doesn't say, like, she knows what habit. I guess. Like, I guess that's like the normal way that they talk together or something.
She's even like, hey man, we got business to do before pleasure. Almost like doesn't look like you're prioritizing your schedule very effectively. Like what?
Yeah.
Are you gonna manage all of that? Oh fuck. Okay. I think I have one more. Just another just kind of random weird statement from Epstein to Tom Barrack, U.S. Special Envoy to Syria. Tom Barrack, send photos of you and child. Make me smile. Now I don't know anything else, the context surrounding that. But that would be bizarre to say in any situation. Wouldn't you say the kid's name? If it's like, hey, send me photos of you and your boy, right? You'd say they're like you and little Tommy, right? Tommy Jr. or something. Send photos of you and child, make me smile. Like, that's just, I don't know. But that, you know, who knows? Who knows? But it's weird either way
Maybe
to me.
just a fucking weirdo, like trying to be cheeky type of,
Yeah.
like a nerd type of deal. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a rude joke, but I don't get it.
Then again, it is Jeffrey Epstein, so who knows? It could be asking for like
Yeah.
fucking.
But he's known for procuring, like, yes, they're underage, but they look like they're girl, like they went through fucking puberty and all that shit, right? So, like, I haven't heard anything about him with like little kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I don't know what this means. But let's continue here. By the way, there's a shit ton of fucking documents that I don't feel the need to go through. Covering it up on its own is enough for me. Like the White House attempt, and you even have the Democratic aspect of this, trying to cover this shit up. That alone is enough for me to like, okay, full scale investigation. Let's stop fucking around. Fuck all these like dramatic releases. Just drop the shit. Drop it. But here's something someone else pointed out, which is gonna definitely like for Trump fans, right? They may view this as like, all right, this proves that it's made up by the Democrats. It's fully fake. It's a hoax. You can see here from Epstein to whoever the Duke is. I don't know why you wouldn't block that out too if you're trying to hide their name, because someone might be referred to as the Duke, and thus you'll know who it is at some point. You can figure it out, but whatever. It says, "You okay? These stories are complete and utter fantasy. I don't know and have never met Al Gore. Clinton was never on the island. The telephone book is not mine. It was stolen by my houseman that is currently in prison for doing so." And I'm forgetting this guy's name, who I believe he died in prison too, but it was more so like a medical thing that happened. I forgot the guy's name. But that might be who he's referring to. And then, yeah, Clinton was never on the island. Yada, yada, yada. But it's like, who knows? I was like, hey, I leave room for Democrat hoax. It's just, you gotta, like I said in the beginning of the video, that means that's a crime happening. They're falsifying evidence. They're tampering with documents. That's a crime. If you want to, quote unquote, nail the Democrats, there's your chance right there. You could fucking get them on doctoring fucking shit against you. You can hire forensic fucking teams. Like, you got wrecked by a forensics team, Trump administration and Pam Bondi, and they released the fucking prison footage. And I was like, and then The Wire did an investigation, a forensics investigation, and found out like, oh, this was put through a fucking video editor, most likely Adobe Premiere. How'd those guys do that without full-on government resources? You guys tell me you can't do this? Can't figure this shit out? Can't attempt to? If they committed such a horrendous crime against you. But whatever. Either way, let's not go through this thing that I don't feel like reading, but I'm going to read anyways, of Dubster's claim of a counterpoint from the right's perspective against, or about like what has been released today, and by the Democrats, if you will. Let's read through this. It says the Democrats' latest Trump Epstein bombshell actually vindicates Trump. Like, Dubster, this is your. Why would you go there for the? Okay, let's read it. Here we go. Democrats are scrambling to change the subject after caving on the government shutdown. Starts with Trump's talking points. Starts literally. Where's this shit at? Literally with Democrats shutdown. And remember, that's from the White House. Right? They're massive failures, right? The shutdown. All right, here we go. Democrats are scrambling to change the subject after caving on the government shutdown, and their latest stunt is hilariously transparent. On Wednesday, House Oversight Committee Democrats released emails from Jeffrey Epstein's estate that they claimed raised serious questions about Donald Trump and his knowledge of Epstein's horrific crimes. The problem? The emails prove nothing of the sort. Okay? ABC News even admitted the full context of these emails exchanges is not clear from the portions released by the committee Democrats. That's putting it mildly. Okay, so they better have some cannons to fire here. The supposed bombshell consists of 3 exchanges from 2011, 2015, and 2019. We just read a bunch more about different things, to be honest, or to be fair. In a 2011 email between Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein referred to Trump as the dog that hasn't barked, noting an alleged victim had spent hours at Trump's house, but Trump's name had never once been mentioned. Maxwell responded, I had been thinking about that. Now, I thought they were saying Epstein's house. Right? This is to Maxwell from Epstein. Right? It says, I want you to realize that that dog hasn't barked at... Hold on. I want you to realize that that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. The victim spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. Police chief, etc. I'm 75% there. So
Wait, what?
That's saying my house, as in like
Yeah.
Epstein saying my house. Trump spent hours with this victim at my house, mine meaning Epstein.
And he's saying no one's mentioning Trump, but they're mentioning Clinton.
Wait, what?
Like he's basically saying, like, oh, they're saying he's saying that Trump was the one with this victim. It wasn't actually Clinton. Is that what he's saying?
No, he's not saying instead of Clinton, it was Trump. I think he's just saying in general that Trump hasn't gotten in trouble for this, but he spent whatever time at my house with a alleged victim. And this is from April 2014.
Right.
Okay, but this article just told me that. Where's that? Email between Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Epstein referred to Trump as the dog that hasn't barked, noting that an alleged victim had spent hours at Trump's house, but Trump's name had never once been mentioned. Maxwell responded, I have been thinking about that. Now, I'm just going to scroll through a little bit here. Just going to scroll through a little bit of this. Okay, so they do post it. I'm like, if you don't post that, bro, after fucking up like that, I'm going to be nice and hope it's a fucking typo. But clearly when it says my house, it implies Epstein's fucking house. Anyways, that's it. No accusation, no evidence, no incriminating information whatsoever. Okay? It's like they're looking for technicalities to get, like, are you his lawyer or something? But then again, I'm not surprised by just you can just look around, like, kind of like peek at things on the side over here and all that stuff. And I think you know what you're getting, kind of. Unless you're Dubster, you don't realize. All right, here we go. The victim reference in those emails is Virginia Giuffre. We don't know that. Whose name was redacted in the Democrat release. And there's probably a good reason they did. Giuffre, who previously worked at Mar-a-Lago, has consistently stated under oath that she never witnessed Trump engage in any wrongdoing. Okay? She testified that Trump never acted inappropriately with her, that she never saw Trump and Epstein together, and that she never saw Trump at any of Epstein's homes. Her memoir makes abundantly clear that Trump had zero involvement in Epstein's illegal activities. Well, you already read the part of it wrong by saying it was Trump's house and not Epstein's house. And I don't know how you just leap to it is Virginia Giuffre. And because you bring up the name Virginia Giuffre, you just use that as like, see, look, she said Trump did nothing wrong. I guess is this proof of something? These Epstein-Maxwell emails reference Virginia Giuffre. Giuffre's testimony contradicts them. She never saw Trump and Epstein together. Trump never acted inappropriately towards her. No sex and no flirting. She was never at Epstein's house with Trump. Okay, so it's just reiterating that, but hopefully I don't get a virus for this from this sketchy-ass fucking website. But hopefully it brings me right to the same site I'm already looking at, right? It brings me to the same site. Once again, from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell, I want you to realize that that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Victim spent hours at my house with him. So they just read the email wrong, or did they read it wrong? This is the same thing I have over there. Like this is me trying to be like really nice about this instead of like looking for foul play here. But oh wait, there's the editor's note. Wait, what? After more than 40 days of screwing Americans, a few Dems have finally caved. The Schumer shut down. Never mind. Okay. So the 2015 emails show Epstein corresponding with anti-Trump author Michael Wolff, who was. I can't read this seriously. I can't mentally do it. It's such slop. It's so you can see attempts around every corner of statements. Like, yo, you can't show us the fucking thing and it's saying it's not. That's not what's in there. You can't do that. Like, these are IQ tests. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Because maybe they're relying on most people who won't actually look at the thing itself because this is the only place to get their news from. And it's like they already debunked themselves in their own article. Kind of crazy to me. Whatever. Let's keep reading now. To be fair, to make it look like I'm honest, you know what I'm saying? The 2015 emails show Epstein corresponding with anti-Trump author Michael Wolff, who was fishing for gossip during Trump's first presidential campaign back in 2016. Wolff, not Epstein, suggesting ways to hang Trump politically depending on how he answered media questions about Epstein. Wolff is literally trying to urge Epstein to blackmail Trump in email over the issue of whether Trump flew on Epstein's plane or had been to his home. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. For what reason? I mean, I think Michael Wolff, I believe, was telling Epstein to do that for the sake of his own jail sentence, right? Like, use this as leverage over Trump to get you out of jail. Let's see. If he says, wait. Yeah, okay. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency, Wolff wrote. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Or, if it really looks like he could win, you could save him generating a debt. Okay? Then there's a January 2019 email between the two in which they discuss whether Trump had banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago years earlier. Epstein wrote, Trump said he asked me to resign. Never remember, ever. Of course he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. Okay, they're going to use that as probably a sense of credibility because these guys are seeming like already off rep, seeming dishonest. But they could just be dumb or making mistakes, whatever. This, many on the left claim, is the smoking gun that Trump knew about Epstein's sex trafficking. Jeffrey Epstein wrote Trump knew about the girls, referencing Mar-a-Lago in newly released emails, NBC News said in their headline. The only problem is that they are deliberately misinterpreting what that email was actually about. And NBC News even acknowledged within the article that the email was apparently referencing Trump and Epstein's soured relationship and how Trump banned Epstein from his club for being a creep who poached employees from him. But then we have this other reference, though. Yeah. Where they're talking in 2017 with this anonymous person. Epstein's talking with this anonymous person. Apparently he's going to go back to Kuwait. And they're referencing Trump being there in 2017, which is supposed to be after Trump already is like, I don't like what you do. You're a creep. Stay away from here. But can I come to your house now? Can I hang out? Can I hang out, Jeffrey? Come on. You're banned from Mar-a-Lago. But can I come over to Mar-a-Lago? That'd be cool. Which is the thing that this guy is not apparently this person is not putting a part of his article so far, at least. These emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong, and what President Trump has always said is that he was from Palm Beach, and so was Jeffrey Epstein. White House press secretary okay, we're gonna play that part. Jeffrey Epstein was a member of Mar-a-Lago until President Trump kicked him out. because Jeffrey Epstein was a pedophile and he was a creep. Well, Trump actually explained in his own words, saying he was stealing employees. That's creepy. But what about the sex trafficking? Hey, that's bad too. Yeah, that's pretty bad too. But he was stealing my fucking employees. Which I guess were these underage girls that were also working for Trump for some reason. It's so funny, like when you have like I don't know, like a more of a sense of like having a clear view of something without the political bias. And then you watch someone with political bias like talk or write something. It's like actually remarkable. It's like looking at ants in a fucking like aquarium thing, right? Just or an ant farm, just like watching them do things. Like this is fascinating, you fucking weirdos. Although I have much more respect for the ants. All right, here we go. The funny thing is that Democrats released more emails on Wednesday, including one that undermines the narrative they're trying to push. So why not release all of them then? Why not Trump release them himself so it showcases how innocent he is? Why would he? I don't get it. Yeah, who cares? The email from Wolf to Epstein shows Wolf attempting to extract damaging information about Trump before the 2016 election. There's an opportunity to come forward this week and talk about Trump in such a way that could garner you great sympathy and help finish him. Pause. Wolf wrote days before the 2016 election. Interested? He asked. No replies to Wolf's solicitation were released by the Democrats. The problem was that Epstein had no dirt on Trump. Hence the reason we don't have any replies in that email exchange. Here's the real question. If Wolf's emails were so damaging, why didn't he release them sooner? This was released by the government. Right? And also, he looks sus for doing that. Just because Michael Wolff wants to maybe take advantage of a scenario and find a way to, shit on Trump or get dirt on Trump, doesn't mean there's not dirt there, you fucking dingbats. Like, how are we this stupid? How are we this dumb? And I can see why Michael Wolff wouldn't want to release this, because it looks like he wants to do some blackmail shit. Or he's like asking Jeffrey Epstein to do some blackmail shit on Trump. Like it does. It looks like that. And it's like, instead of seeing like, hey, maybe all these guys are like in on something dirty and creepy. Instead of that, they're like, no, Trump's innocent. See, look, he's innocent. See? And they're actually, so far, omitting certain things. Yeah, okay. Meanwhile, court documents revealed last week that Epstein allegedly told fellow inmate Nicholas Tartaglione, I hope I said that right, that federal prosecutors, led by Maureen Comey, daughter of former FBI director James Comey, meaning like bad people, also daughter of bad guy, which is how right-wing brain rot, that's how they like interpret things. when like there's nothing wrong with being right-wing. When you have the brain rot, this is what they read. This is what they interpret. It's like you guys would call it TDS, right? Trump derangement syndrome, to the lefty guys with brain rot, and the other, just the opposite direction from the righties with brain rot. So, yeah, Maureen Comey offered him a deal, freedom in exchange for implicating Trump in his crimes. Really? According to Tartaglione, Epstein said Trump had no connections to his crimes, but prosecutors told him evidence didn't matter, just the accusation. So, fellow inmate, is this the guy? Is this the guy in the cell with him? Now you have to know, like, if that's the guy in the cell with him, isn't that what this guy's being alleged by a lot of people, that he's the one that actually did the job of killing Epstein? The guards let it happen, and then like he got paid to do so, or maybe a lesser sentence. Like who knows? But that's like an actual theory that Epstein's cellmate killed him because he was in there for murder. I think he murdered some cops or something like that. He's an ex-cop himself. I could be tripping. I think he might have murdered someone else, but he's an ex-cop. Either way, how would he know all the? What would? Wait. A fellow inmate? Epstein's like, yo, man, listen, Trump has nothing to do with this, okay? Let me tell you right now, Trump has nothing to do with this. and then he hangs himself. I guess a day later or something. What are we talking? Like that just sounds crazy. But whatever. In the end, this latest smear attempt doesn't just fall flat; it actually vindicates Trump. Like these guys are apparently trying to battle the headlines. Otherwise, they wouldn't even bring this up, most likely. After years of obsessive fishing expeditions, Democrats once again came up empty. The emails they hyped as proof of wrongdoing instead confirmed that Trump had no connection to Epstein's criminal activities. Fair. And in fact, cut ties with him long before his arrest. I showed you the one where he's engaging with him, at least according to these emails that they're claiming. Once again, these guys are claiming that these emails vindicate him, but if I show that one, they'll be like, no, that one's fake, though. That one's fake. Or they could be honest and say, if you accept these emails, you have to accept these ones too. They could be fake for all I know, but like you have to actually like on the surface accept them for now and actually go over them. But they haven't yet for some reason. It shows Trump in contact with Epstein after this supposed you're banned. You're banned from my life. You're banned forever and ever. You're banned. I don't like when my employees are being stolen. And and rape's pretty bad too. Fuck my life. The emails they hyped as proof of wrongdoing instead confirmed Trump had no connection to Epstein's criminal activities, and in fact, cut ties with them long before his arrest. Meanwhile, Republicans on the Oversight Committee subsequently released a trove of 20,000 Epstein documents from his estate. Do you really think they'd do that if there was actually anything incriminating about Trump in them? That's not good sound logic, my man. This is weird. This is the guy right here. I can see it. I can see the dweeb 10 miles away. The tiny ass picture, I can still see dweeb right there. Who are these weirdos? The truth is that these emails only reinforce that Trump recognized Epstein for what he was and wanted nothing to do with him. Democrats' desperate spin, combined with revelations that Epstein was pressured to falsely implicate Trump, exposes this entire episode as yet another politically motivated hoax. They just needed a distraction from their shutdown debacle, so they latched onto the thinnest thread they could find. The same party that shrugged off Ashley Biden's diary revealing her father showered with her as a young child now wants you outraged that Donald Trump kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of his club. It's laughable, and it shows exactly how hollow and cynical their tactics have become. Okay. Now, it just sounds like it's come straight. When Dubster said opposite, like, here's what the other side's saying. Like, this is straight from the White House. This is not some sort of real opposition thing, the quote unquote right. This is just straight up from the White House. That's what it screams. And also, I mean, I guess it depends on. They had to throw this in there, because they're trying to. They work for the White House most likely, in some form or fashion. Ashley Biden's diary revealing her father's showered with her as a young child. I mean, I don't know exactly what that means, but I've been in a bathtub with my mom when I'm like a little kid. I don't think that's weird. That's like it's just kind of old school. Or like you wash your baby in the sink, right? Those are very old school things, right? There's like different ways to do that now that people feel more comfortable with, but back then, like,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't give a shit.
that's sorry, and I didn't know my mic was on. If you're hearing a bunch of noise, my bad. But
I didn't.
yeah, no, that's a normal thing for parents to do.
They're just like, all right. Yeah, my mom's not being sexual. She's trying to hold me in the tub so I don't run out and spill water everywhere and shit like that, right? It's like two birds with one stone. Mom just got off of work. All right, let me take a bath. Fuck, I gotta wash this fucking kid too. Okay, he's screaming now. Sit down. Stay in the fucking tub. Sit down. Sit down.
For real.
So I don't like if it's like she's 11 years old, that'd be weird, right? But I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know what young child means in this scenario, and I'm not looking it up right now. At least I'm not looking at it. But all right, there was your, I guess, counter to everything I just read to you beforehand, which is not going to work. They already, once again, the big flub beginning here of alleged victims had spent hours at Trump's house, which is not actually implied in the emails that they actually show us here from the Oversight Committee. But whatever, let's keep it moving. Okay, that's the thing I just opened up. So let's hear some some kind of also coming straight from the White House. I work for the White House type people. Here it is. You can't be outraged by the Epstein saga and simultaneously not be outraged by the fact that we have Muslims serving in Congress. Their prophet was an infamous pedophile. Nobody wants to talk about that. Get him, Laura Loomer. Get him. It's like, if I were Trump, I'd be texting her right now. Shut the fuck up. You're making things worse. Don't just turn the phone off and walk away. You want to go to Mar-a-Lago? You want to go just get drunk all night and party? Please, all drinks free on me. Just stay off the fucking phone, Laura. Okay? You're making things worse. Sit down. Sit down. Then you have Nancy Mace. I'm so sick of the fake news focusing on Trump and not Epstein's victims. Everyone knows Trump kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago and Epstein victims have exonerated the president. Stop gaslighting and start telling the victims' stories. Makes me sick. Those who abuse underage girls need to see jail time. Tell that story. Well, actually, funny enough, Nancy Mace, they have been telling that story. And the Republicans and the Trump administration have been trying to stop that thing from happening. Now, this little story that took mad long for Thomas Massie to get the number of votes for a petition to even start voting on do we release the Epstein files. All the work he has to do. You see all that, Nancy Mace? Who's actually trying to stifle things from coming out? Now, once again, the Democratic like establishment team player motherfuckers, they're playing the game. They are playing the game. 100%. They're trying to get one up on the Republican establishment. Granted, plenty of their teammates are probably up and down these files as well. Let's be honest. But the point is just political expediency, right? Let's try to win right now. Also, don't be too... Once again, I know there's a lot of Thomas Massie fans, but don't be surprised if he's doing it as a little bit of political revenge because Trump's been going after him. He's been campaigning against him. Trump and his people that donate to Trump, like bigwig donations to Trump, the Adelsons and all these other fucking people, they've been paying a shit ton of money for smear campaigns on commercials in Kentucky to go against fucking Thomas Massie to make him look bad. So don't be surprised if that guy's doing it for also similar reasons. But anyways, and this is the last thing I have for you, last but not least. We already know about Nancy Mace. We know what she's doing, right? So let's hear from the blonde bombshell herself, Caroline. Levitt? Who gives a fuck? Here we go.
This administration has done more with respect to transparency when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein than any administration ever. In fact, this administration...
That's an outright lie. I'm sorry, I'll restart that. I had to turn the volume up too, but I'll restart it. Come on, we've seen your actions. Like it's almost like that article I read from the supposed counter, the other team's take. I mean, it's in your face. They're spitting in your face when they say statements like that. They're saying you're too stupid to figure it out. We can just lie to you, and you're just gonna buy it. And guess what? Some people are that dumb. Some people are going to buy that. Not most people, but some. If I had to guess, maybe Michael Tracy will too. All right, here we go.
This administration has done more with respect to transparency when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein than any administration ever. In fact, this administration, the Department of Justice, has turned over tens of thousands of documents to the American people. We are cooperating and showing support for the House Oversight Committee. That's part of the reason you are seeing these documents that were released today, because of the House Oversight Committee's and Republicans' efforts to get these out to the public. This administration...
I mean, it just outright just lying to everyone. But that's her job. She knows she's going to eat shit for saying that. And I'm almost guessing their hope is that people focus on her or Bondi or Kash Patel, just like usual. Focus on these guys and throw Rotten Tomatoes at them. And Trump will pretend nothing's happening, nothing to do with him. No, you're going to have to ask Pam that one. You're going to have to ask Kash that one. And then obviously the White House spokesperson or press secretary, he's going to get on stage with a crowd full of rotten tomatoes, and she's going to eat that shit. She's going to say some dumbass shit that makes no sense and lies right to our faces. And people are like, Caroline, leave it. She's so bad. She's terrible. When in reality, some people above her tell her what to say. Anyways, here we go.
The Department of Justice also moved to unseal grand jury testimony, which we know, unfortunately, a judge declined those requests.
So unfortunate.
So this administration has done more than any, and it just shows how this is truly.
I mean, Maxwell going from a tougher security prison to what they're calling Club Fed now, like a resort. Might even get like leaving rights. Remember the sweetheart deal with Epstein in Florida? I'm hearing it's possible she can get one of those kind of work release papers and shit like that. Interesting, huh? Apparently she has access to like laptops, computers, internet, all that shit. Yoga, spas, who the fuck knows? They're like tanning on the beach and shit, probably. They're chilling. He's Henry Hill in jail right now. But hey, don't put too many onions in the pasta, in the sauce. You always put too many onions, okay? Paul used to cut the garlic so thin it would dissolve in the sauce. They're in jail partying. All right, here we go.
So this administration has done more than any, and it just shows how this is truly a manufactured hoax by the Democrat Party. Now they're talking about it all of a sudden because President Trump is in the Oval Office. But when Joe Biden was sitting in there, the Democrats never brought this up. This wasn't an issue that they cared about because they actually don't care about the victims in these cases. They care about trying to score political points against President Trump, as we have, of course, seen with this government shutdown. And this entire thing, again, it's not a coincidence to the American people at home. There are no coincidences in Washington, D.C., and it is not a coincidence that the Democrats leaked these emails to the fake news this morning ahead of Republicans reopening the government. This is another distraction campaign by the Democrat and the liberal media, and it's why I'm being asked questions about Epstein instead of the government reopening because of Republicans and President Trump.
Okay. I'm curious what this lady's like outside of politics. She probably, she drinks like a 1940s like guy that just got off of work shit. She got a cigarette in one hand and a glass of scotch in the other, bro. She's like, fuck my life. What am I doing? And see some old haggy husband. It's like, is it worth it? Was this worth it? That's so fucking funny. Oh, shit. Was it worth it, Caroline? Huh? But, yeah, you can obviously see they'll say whatever the fuck they're going to want to say and to get people to shut up about this. I'm sure there's phone calls have been going out saying, hey, guys, hey, how you doing, Benny Johnson? Yeah, can you leave this story alone? Don't touch it. Leave this story out, okay? Don't go over this one, okay? Maybe do like something for like a day, but then be like, oh, well, there's nothing really here, so we need to shut it down. But, yeah, this shit was flying around all day, apparently. Like, I didn't catch wind of it till, what was it, like 6 o'clock? Something like that, maybe? Like, I wasn't even at home and shit. Like, I'm just like, all right, let me look at my phone. And then I just saw this shit. I'm like, oh, fuck. I guess this blew up. And here it is. And obviously just lame excuses and lame fucking arguments coming from the Trump administration, allies of the Trump administration, paid for shills by the Trump administration, on and so forth. So thus, like, they're going to get the egg, like, sorry, Rotten Tomatoes will be thrown at you guys. It is what it is. You earned it. Just be honest. That's all you got to do. But, too difficult for devil worshippers. Anyways, there's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree, disagree. I don't know what you would be disagreeing with. I more so just kind of read things, but if you have any opinions, please let it be known. And all opinions are welcome, by the way. You can believe every word that Trump says, every word the Oversight Committee is saying, or anyone I showed you today, or every word I'm saying. Open to all your opinions. I just may debate or scorch you in the comments if I don't like it. Fair warning. Don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. We are in that Discord right now. Hamming it up, pause, shooting the shit, pause. And obviously all opinions are welcome. Even Dubster's dumb fuck article he gave me. Even that was welcome somehow. But yeah, please join if you feel like. Everything I showed you will be linked in that same description box for you to read or watch on your own. So please take advantage of that. And obviously, and most importantly, with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a car.